Alright everyone, so now we are going to discuss about the AWS CloudShell. So what is AWS CloudShell and how it is going to help us, how it is going to make our life easier compared to whatever local installation we'll do. So it's a completely browser based access. So earlier we installed this AWS CLI on our local machine. So we have to install everything on our local, but here just from the browser you can directly access it. So it's a pre-authenticated shell. You don't require any authentication. So in case of AWS CLI, we just try to do AWS configure. But here in this particular case, AWS CloudShell, it's already pre-authenticated. So you do not need to provide your user credential. It's a full Linux machine you will get. You do not need to even provision it. But it is available in a limited region. I'll show you what are the regions currently being supported. And you can just directly launch from your management console. So once you enter into management console, you can launch your Linux machine. Now AWS CLI here the by default install, so you do not need to download or install anything. So that's one of the very good thing. And a lot of dev tool also by default install. So if you are going to use this AWS CloudShell for the development purpose, you can always go ahead. So let's just have a look at the complete hands-on and you'll get a better idea. Alright, so you can see how one can access this CloudShell. So on the bottom, you can have a look at bottom left. There is a option is available like a CloudShell, or you can just simply go ahead on a top panel bar where there is a CloudShell is available. From both the place, it is anyhow going to start the same thing. Okay, so CloudShell maybe first time or after long I am starting, so it's just going to take little time. So currently CloudShell is immediately being configured. We are going to see all those different features associated with this CloudShell. Meanwhile, I just want to show you one option that it's just going to open the CloudShell in another tab. So the same existing tab, I can use it for my management console access also. So let me just minimize this one and I'll just go ahead. All right. So now we are inside the CloudShell, so full-fledged Linux machine directly we have got it. Currently my region which is being selected, that is US East 1 in my management console. Although in case of AWS CLI, I just configured for my nearest region, that is Mumbai, but here it's a configure for N Virginia, US East. Now let me just check AWS CloudShell supported region. Okay, so supported AWS region for AWS CloudShell. Now this number may change in little bit. They are improving or adding for other region also, but for now it's available in many of the region. It's being currently supported. Earlier I mean almost 1 year back, there was a very less number of region being supported, but it's perfectly fine. You can see East US East 1, that is N Virginia currently being supported, and that is what the region is available here. Okay, now whatever through command line on our local machine we try to do, same thing we are going to achieve here. If I just try for, let's say, AWS IAM list users, here also you will get directly those users. Okay, there are some issue. So error retrieving metadata received on 200 response 500. Okay, let me just try for AWS version, that what version AWS currently it's using. So it's a 2.17. that's perfectly fine. Let me just clear the screen and I'll just go ahead with AWS configure. Let's just check. Yeah, so it is asking for some AWS access key. So what we are going to do, we'll just simply configure this AWS access key ID and access secret key from here. So in the earlier videos, I have already created how one can generate those access key and ID. So I'm just going to use the same one. Anyhow, I'm just going to invalidate it afterwards. Secret access key. Okay, default region name, let's just continue with some default stuff. Okay, now I can go ahead with this IAM list user, and you can see immediately we got the result, because the one time you have to configure this thing here also. Okay, so I mean to say it's all working fine, this AWS CLI from our let me clear the screen. Okay, now let's just try to explore some more features of this CloudShell. So AWS CLI, you can just directly work from here. So now we'll see there are some by default dev tool already being installed inside this CloudShell. So in case you just immediately want some tool for your development purpose, you can just simply use it without installing or anything download is required. Let's say you want Docker. Whether Docker is installed? Yes, Docker is installed. Let me just clear the screen. Let's say Python is also installed. If I just try for Boto 3, yeah, that is also being installed. So I can just fire the same script we used earlier, and via this Python also, let's just try to retrieve all the user, because AWS configure we have already done. Let me paste the complete script, and bang on, exactly same results we have got. Let me try with a few more tool like MySQL we tried, Python we tried, Docker is available. Let's say Node. Yeah, Node is also available. Let me just come out from here. Oops. Okay, done. Next, but my idea is that you can have a look at a lot of tools by default installed in this CloudShell, and you don't need to worry about anything. Okay, next thing is without much further exploration of those tools, you can always have a look at some of the things in a documentation, and whatever tool you require, you can definitely install, because it's a full-fledged Linux machine. Okay. Next thing is let me make fonts little bigger. So from the right side there is an option like a preference is being given, and currently it's a largest font and dark theme. You can even change to light theme also, but I'll just go ahead with the darker one. That's my personal favorite. Okay, so that is one thing. Now you can add multiple tab also. See, so on a same machine another terminal being open. So in a multiple terminal you can work with that. Some of the actions like you can create a new tab, you can split into rows and columns. So currently it's in a column, so let's say I'll just make it like a row. See, so in a one row one terminal, in another row another terminal. So when you are doing some development activity, definitely you require multiple those things. Okay, there is an option like a downloading of files and uploading of files. So if you just have a look at my current path, I am currently inside the home CloudShell user. So we don't have any files are currently available. Let's say I'll just try to upload some file here from my local machine, a very simple one. Let's say some users.csv file. I just try to upload it. Yeah, it's still uploading. I don't know. Okay, done. File being uploaded, and that is being uploaded on a home CloudShell user. If I just try for ls, you can see users.csv file available. Now suppose I'll just change this file, because it's a full Linux machine, so all those Linux command anyhow it's going to work. So users.csv file, let's say temp.csv. I'll just change the name, and with this changed name I just want to download it. So from here I can use like a download file, and let me just provide the complete path. How I can give the complete path? Do we have an option? A GUI is available. Okay, that's my local Kaspersky. Okay, I can use like where is my PWD? Yeah, okay. We copy and I can download it. And within that, what file you want to download? It's a temp.csv. So this way one can upload the file in this CloudShell environment also. You can even download the file. See, temp.csv, exact same file being downloaded. You can restart the machine and you can even delete the machine also. So currently this temp.csv file is available. Let me just try to restart, and afterwards, so restarting AWS CloudShell will immediately stop all active CloudShell session in a current AWS region. That's perfectly fine. After that, we'll just try to check whether whatever this temp.csv file we created, that is available or not, because after certain time this home directory you will lose it. Okay, so I guess these are the features currently available, and there is an option like enable safe paste. So verify multi-line text you copied before pasting. Okay, so that's just the verification. Let's say I am inside the same place and temp.csv file still exists. Okay, so that is all about the AWS CloudShell, and many of the features I have showed you. What is this CloudShell? Apart from that, if you want to explore much more stuff related to this cloud, you can always have a look at here and what are the things it will provide. But this is sufficient for you to get started with a CloudShell. Okay, so that's all about this video, and I hope you enjoy listening this video. Please do like and comment on my video. Please do subscribe my channel, My Study, and I'll get back to you in the next one with some more amazing AWS related content.